As of recently, I have been looking for a cotton candy Dan prop with all my might, and recently I found one on eBay for $180 and I bought it. And the only catch is that he allegedly did not work at all. He was a store display. He was used in Morgantown, West Virginia for all 3 months of the store being open. And I looked up store tours. He worked fine in stores, so I bought him, pretty tempted to repair him. And he arrived today. I quickly found out he was incredibly easy to repair. So easy, in fact, I don't know if I did anything at all. So that's about it. Let's get on to the actual video of him. This is just footage of me opening the box, and I did not ever include any pictures of the box itself, so I'll throw one up right here. I did not know he was going to come with his original box, so that was fun. Don't mind me struggling to open this. I'm not a professional in the slightest. But he arrived today, and the box was luckily not that beat up or anything, so he wasn't damaged. Now, as soon as I got it open, you can see the top of the box here. It has the weird no tab version of the Spirit box that just opens from the middle. I don't like it, but you know, whatever. And immediately out of the box, you can see he was packed. A little strange, but whatever. There is one of his shoes. That one specifically has a dent in it, so it's fine. It's no big deal. And then next up, well, I tried to take his actual head out, but it would not come out for some reason. It was stuck by the way it was packed. Very strange, like I said. There's his other shoe, which those are giant, by the way. And then I got his cotton candy stick unstuck, so I took his head out. I'll show it off last. Then you can see the stuff in the rest of the box, and because of how this was packed, I didn't even know how to start, so I believe I just cut to it being out. Yes, I did. Great. So there is all the things, and his legs partially built. One thing I did not know when buying this is that he was missing his battery cover. They did not let me know that, so that's fun, but it's fine. And another thing about this is that the turning mechanism down there, the head, it was actually attached backwards when I took him out of the box. And I don't mean just sat in there, I mean it was fully on there attached backwards, which was really annoying to get off, and I didn't even realize it was backwards until then. But yeah, so that was an issue. His mechanism for the pop-up part is also like it was gross. It has a ton of lubricant on it, and a lot of the cotton candy, I guess, had fallen down in his bucket and got all over the mechanism. So that was really gross to clean up, but still, it may have made him stick before, so I don't know. Here I'm just showing that I already found clearance issues with him. Like every other techie prop, they seem to love having clearance issues, but yeah, I did get them eventually, but it was quite annoying. Next thing you do once you get the legs and stuff together is just put on the pants, and then after that you put on his head and body, which is all one piece. One thing I noticed about his head that kind of scared me is that other than a few scuffs, it seemed new until you moved his jaw, which had a lot of wiggle to it and it creaked a lot, so I'll be honest, that kind of concerned me. Still kind of does, but it wasn't much of an issue. He went on fine. That's how he looks once he's on. And then after that, all you need to do is plug in the wiring from his head to the control box. I believe there's only 2 wires that need to be plugged in from that, considering he just has one LED and one motor. And once those are plugged in, they look like that. It's wire L and wire K. So yeah, the smaller wire is for the LED, of course. And after that, you put the bucket on his base, or you can put the head on first. You're supposed to put the bucket on first. I think it makes it easier to get the cotter pin on, but you can put the head on first. It's not that big of a deal. And make sure when putting the head on that you put it on the right way, because otherwise it will be backwards and really annoying to swap out. There's also a wire you need to attach from the head. I think it's just for the pop-up mech. I believe it's wire F. Yeah, it's wired F. So you got to do that. I suggest doing that before you put it all together, but yeah. Once the head is on the pop-up mech, if you're doing it like I did, then you can see the cotter pin there. It just kind of snaps on there. It's pretty easy to get to. And after that's on, you go ahead and put the bucket on the base, which also just attaches with one cotter pin at the very bottom. The cotter pin should be in the front of the bucket, so if you have it in the back, you have it backwards, and you need to swap that out. But once you have that on, all you really need to do is wire him, and then he'll be complete. The wiring for him just runs up the legs. Also, another issue I found about him is that the snap lock for his candy stick, it was pushed all the way up, and it was not usable, so I had to fix that. And by doing so, I just unscrewed the little plastic piece on the end. There was just 4 very small screws. I may have lost one, and once you got the little piece out, because you could just pull it out then, you just simply pushed it back into place, and that's all you have to do. I hope that that's not a common issue, because that's very annoying, but yeah, that was that. Then you just screw it back in. Once that's screwed in, you connect the pieces, and then you do the wiring. So, yeah. The wiring, there's 3 wires from the bucket, and they all just run up his pant leg. There are no wire harness clips for some reason. Typically Techie includes those, but they did not this time. At least mine does not have them. And you just plug those 3 wires into the 3 wires coming out of the control box. There's only 3 left, so it's easy to pinpoint them. Once those are together, you will have something that looks like this. And I took his pants back off for doing this because it just made it a lot easier to navigate, but technically you don't have to. And once you have that, you just put the pants back on, and he is going to be ready for the demo. By the way, for anyone curious or in need of this information, he takes a 6-volt 2-amp adapter. So, yeah. He also takes 4 AA batteries if you want to use the battery compartment, which I did not use. So, yeah. Now, you'll notice I really didn't fix much on him, yet he works perfectly the first time. So I don't know if it didn't work for the other person simply because of wiring issues, or because they were using batteries that were bad, or what, but yeah, no, he worked perfectly the first time. Now it's time for an actual demo.
Attention all kiddos! Attention all kiddos! I found a lost parent! He belong to anyone here? Better be careful walking around at this place. You can get in all kinds of sticky situations here. Yum, yum, yum! Sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's not. One thing I'll tell you though, it'll do more than rot your teeth out. Get your cotton candy here. We've added some new ingredients. I think you're gonna like it.
So, would I recommend him? 100%. Overall, I think he is a very cool prop. The only issue with him now is that since he hasn't been made in 2 years, he's become very rare, and when you can find him, he's incredibly expensive, it seems. If you can find him for retail, or maybe just a little over retail, I would recommend getting him, because overall, he is a very good quality prop. I haven't seen that many like break overall, to be honest. At least I haven't personally, but he seems sturdy enough to me. And he also, of course, has an amazing animation. Both the mouth, the stirring, the jump scare, it all looks really good. His audio is awesome, and honestly, I think the lighting on him might be one of the best parts. The bucket lighting up looks genuinely amazing, and his eye also adds a nice touch. So yes, I would definitely recommend hunting for one of these guys. I really like them. So thank you for watching. That is all. See you in the next video.